Alright,
you ready?
Yep.
What do you want to start out with?
Just hit go live right now, yep.
Ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why ain't nothing but
Holy.
As I do,
As always,
missing out the cracks in the pavement, and tutting my heel and
Not
strutting
from the
my
biggest
feet.
city. I
Is
get
there
claustrophobic
anything I can do
anyway.
for you, babe?
Sometimes I
Is
just need to
there
step back,
anyone I could call?
breathe,
No one thank
take in
you,
my
please,
surroundings,
madame.
find where I'm comfortable,
Ain't lost, just
cause I know I got love.
Round my hometown,
You want five?
me and Maureen's afraid.
Well. Welcome to another edition of DYST Live. I'm your host, Mike Ortiz Jr. To my right, Greg Armstrong.
what up? What up?
What's up, Twitter?
We're back.
We have a new set design. It's still coming along a
Yeah,
little bit.
we have. Is this what is this called? It's like a bar
Yeah, that's like a bar
desk thing.
Bar desk, yeah.
Whatever, it works.
Yeah, we're going a little
I
modern.
can set my arms and hands on things now instead of just looking like a
Yeah.
loser, just going like this the entire time.
Just
Yeah.
sitting on our hands,
It's
not
the
knowing
worst.
what to
I never have any clue what I'm doing with my hands.
do. Now,
I might as well
We
just
don't have that
sit
problem.
on them. Just sit on them the entire show. Awful.
we do need to get a little bit bigger chairs, but
Yeah. That'll come with time.
yeah.
I mean, knowing us, we'll get one that, you can't even see our heads. It's just, our torsos, and you just see our hands moving. But, yeah, we'll get it figured out. I mean,
Yeah.
we're taking baby steps here.
Baby steps, slow and steady wins
Yeah.
the race.
I still don't know what to do with my hands. But let's get the show started.
Yeah. So, anyways, we're gonna just jump right into it. First off, NBA Finals.
Yep.
Warriors, Cavs.
Just like we expected in October.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Let's not make it a big shock here. I mean, the
No.
Boston Celtics. Great run.
It was a weird way that both teams got there.
Yeah.
Golden State looked very vulnerable against Houston, and for a majority of that series, it seemed like Houston was actually going to pull it out and win. The main thing I noticed in the Houston series was the fast starts that Houston got off to, quote unquote. They would if you took the score off of the screen, you would have thought they were up by 15 or 20, but then you look at the score and they'd only be up by 4, or they'd only up by 5 or 6, and you can't do that against the Golden State team. You have to shoot them, injure them, and then kill them. You can't have these small leads. And going into the half up 11 in Game 7, even then it was just the Golden State run is coming. Because the third quarter, they're absolutely dominant. I don't know what it is, but they just flip the switch and then it's over for teams. But yeah, it sucks to see Houston go out like that, especially being up 3-2. But yeah, I mean, and Kerr said it in the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference Finals that they just look not engaged at sometimes, which worries me a little bit going into the finals. Not a ton.
It does.
Because this Cavs team just doesn't have the firepower to go up against this Golden State team. Even on the Warriors' worst night, the Cavs still don't have the firepower to go up against them. And I mean, when the first time they played Golden State, when Golden State won in 6, when Kyrie and Love got hurt, that was a much better team than they have now. And even last year they had a much better team, only because Kyrie, and it took 88 points in the first half for them to just take one game in the finals. You subtract Kyrie. We don't know about Kevin Love with the concussion, because this is his third concussion, so who knows about him. They simply just don't have enough people to compete with the Warriors.
Yeah, I mean, and if you're watching, before I get into my take on it, comment. We want to know who you guys like out there. Is it Warriors? Is it Cleveland? Even if you're feeling ballsy enough, put your prediction out there.
Yeah, let's see it.
So I want to see.
I know I picked Cavs in 6 last year, which was wrong, very wrong.
Yeah, you got Cavs in 6 this year?
No, I have Warriors in. Let's go Warriors in 4. I think it's gonna be a sweep.
See, the thing is to me is about this whole series is everybody was looking at. Everyone thinks it's going to be a complete landslide, and I do. But I think the Warriors need Andre Iguodala, and there was that discussion last night or the other night with Charles Barkley when they had Steve Kerr up on there, and he brought up the fact of Andre Iguodala's presence was a big one, and Charles Barkley just didn't faze him at all, and he goes, "Well, you still have 4 All-Stars."
They do, and going Iguodala's absence is much more felt when you play a team like Houston because of their firepower and the guys that could just shoot the lights out. Cleveland, he's certainly going to be missed, but I don't think it's going to be to the extent that, like, oh my God, Andre Iguodala's out. Like, what are we going to do? Because, like, going out against Houston, like, when you're playing guys like Kevon Looney and Jordan Bell against, they were just, Houston was basically just running pick and roll and getting those guys on Harden, and Harden was just taking to the hoop every single time. And outside of LeBron, Cleveland doesn't have that type of guy. No Kyrie, no real point guard. Like, George Hill ain't taking you off the dribble. J.R. Smith, who knows, at home maybe, on the road absolutely not. So will his absence be felt? Yeah, but the lack of a bench I don't think is going to be that big of a deal in the finals.
Yeah, see, and I was trying to play devil's advocate and go back and forth with it and really look at it because obviously Houston, when you look at Houston versus the Cavs, they're two completely different teams.
Oh yeah, it's night and day.
It's night and day. But the thing that was like concerning to me was I just felt the Warriors as a whole just looked kind of like out of sync.
Yeah.
And they didn't like really blend together, and it was like, because to be honest, I thought when Andre Iguodala went, I was like, no big deal, like they don't need him type deal. And now I'm feeling like, okay, they might actually need it. Maybe not at home, but on the road, I think, because that's what's key is those Cavs players. The Cavs players play so well at home, so that's the part that's concerning to me. Whereas if he's not ready to go by game 3, I don't think this is going to be that landslide sweep. But if you put Iguodala, because you got to look at it like this. You look down, okay, they have 4 All-Stars, but only one of them out of that group has been an all-defensive, made the first NBA team all-defensive team. But and that was Draymond.
Yeah, and I mean, Clay is probably the best two-way guard in the entire league.
Yeah, he can play both sides, obviously.
But, like, who do they have to defend, like, outside of LeBron? It's one of those things where it's one of those things in basketball where it's like, do you want to just let LeBron get his and then just shut off everybody else? Because they could very well do that.
They could.
And which I think is a good strategy just because this Cleveland team, I just don't think they're ready to play the Warriors. I mean, outside of LeBron, I don't think anybody's really ready to play this Golden State. I mean, Golden State didn't look good last series, and I had this like sneaky little theory that the way Kerr kind of talked, and like he harped on it a lot last series about how they're just not engaged and then you can tell when they turn the ball over.
Yeah.
I think they're going to just be like, you know what? After this, like, we're just going to go balls to the wall. Let's get it. Let's sweep them. Let's show why we're the defending champs.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a really solid point because they do need to, like, they have the kind of, I guess, I don't want to say asterisks on it, but it's like this isn't that dominant Warriors team that we're used to seeing. And, people are looking at it like they're starting to question Kevin Durant's play in the fourth quarter. Steph Curry showed some inconsistencies. But, yeah, if you look at the stat sheet, though, they're still putting up, 30-plus points.
They win.
Yeah.
And that's the most important thing. So, like, it was certainly a weird way of both of them getting to the final. I mean, we just talked about how Golden State didn't play Golden State basketball against Houston in the Western Conference Finals. And then Cleveland, like, they were a couple of shots away from not beating the Celtics in Game 7. Like, I think the Celtics pushed it to, like, 12. And if the Celtics make, I don't know, maybe two, 3 more baskets, I don't think that Cavs team is coming back from, like, a 16 to 18 point deficit.
Yeah,
we saw in Game 2 how they just quit. We saw in Game 1 how they just quit. Well, not Game 1. We saw in Game 1 how they just quit with the JR, push in the back of Horford. If you get that Cavs team down, like they just don't care.
Yeah, and I guess you could really say that about both teams. I mean, if the Houston Rockets make, I don't know, 8 of their last 27 3-pointers,
I would say just 3.
Yeah,
because they were wide open looks, and like if you make 3 or 4 of those, you're in position to, I wouldn't say win the game, but it's definitely a closer ball game, and you have the chance to win.
Yeah, which was key.
Right.
Are you one of those people who think if Chris Paul played, they would have won?
No, I mean, I think the games would have been closer.
Yeah.
I still think the outcome would have been the same. I think would have been different results in the games, like just the final score wise.
See, the thing that was concerning to me, and I think, I don't want to put it on Mike D'Antoni, but I'm going to. I mean, everybody questioned it coming in. Okay, he's got a lot of talent on his team, but yet he can never get over that step. You know, he had Amari, he had Steve Nash back in the day. They were dominant, but they could never get to the next step of winning an NBA championship or just at least getting there. And I think we saw that. You know, he has a 3-2 lead. Whatever, you go to Golden State, that's a tough place to play at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you got to kind of almost chalk that up as an L. Mm-hmm. But at Houston, they were up at half. They played good basketball in the first half. They were attacking the hoop, this and that. And then the second half, they went back to their original game, but it wasn't falling, and the shots weren't falling. And I think at that point, if my team has missed 15 straight threes, I think at that point, okay, it's time to get to the line. It's time to attack the rim.
Yeah, and it's tough too because it's not like a lot of those shots were like guys were in their faces and they're like fall away threes. Like they were wide open threes, and with a team of shooters, like the thing in basketball, like shoot or shoot. Like you can shoot yourself out of a slump. We see Steph did it in, what was it, Game 3?
Yeah.
Where he shot himself out of that slump. And when Game 7, like if you're getting wide open looks, like you have to take those with Harden and Ariza and Gordon. Like you can't just pass those up and try to get the drive because the refs were very inconsistent in Game 7. I mean, Harden should have got to the line a lot more, but they missed some blatant calls. So you don't want to put the game in the refs' hands kind of like that. So they were the number 1 seed in the West. They took the defending champs to the 7th game.
Yep.
They probably should have won the 7th game. I think it's tough to say that D'Antoni's thing didn't work just because missing 27 threes is like a once in a million chance of happening. So
I guess the question is for you now is, do you think Cleveland gets a game? Do you think they win one game?
No, I wouldn't be shocked if they took like Game 3 or Game 4, but I don't see. No. If I had to bet on it, I would say no. I think it's going to be a sweep.
Yeah, that's my take too. Is if Andre Iguodala comes back by the time of the road trip, by the time they go to Game 3, I think it's going to be a sweep and it's not going to be pretty. Mm-hmm. And the reason being is, obviously, I think Iguodala adds that presence to it, but at the same time too is, like we said throughout the whole playoffs, it's like, okay, where's this? They really haven't been the dominant Warriors team yet, and I think they're almost like saving themselves for the finals. I guess.
That can make sense.
Like Steph was banged up. I mean, people got to consider it. He was playing at like almost 80%, which obviously you could say, oh, this and that, oh, that's an excuse, but I mean, you can kind of tell, like you said, like he had to shoot his way out of a slump.
Yeah. It's
that ankle injury. It's in his head now because it's a reoccurring thing, and it's kind of almost been a thing that's almost like potentially hindered his career. So I think this Warriors team is gonna wake up and the finals and just get the brooms out, baby.
Yeah,
get them out.
I think Game 1's gonna. I really do think it's gonna be similar to last year. And like I said, like the Cavs had to score 88 points in the first half to get away with a win. Yeah. And that was with Kyrie. Kyrie, I don't think they. Like I said it like 10 times already. I don't think they have the firepower to do it.
Now do you think LeBron leaves?
I don't know. I want to see how these finals play out because I'm leaning towards him staying, just because I think at this point in his career, I don't think he wants to take the backlash and just like that kind of media attention again because it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I mean, which I don't understand. Like Cleveland hasn't given him anything really, like the teams that they put together. So like if he leaves, would I be mad at him? No. They got a ring out of it. Like, what more do you want? It just so happened that they were playing the best team of our generation in every single finals that he was in Cleveland the second time. So, like, if he left, I wouldn't be shocked. But I'm leaning towards him staying in Cleveland. But I want to see how these finals play out because if they get their doors blown off, I think it's a no-brainer that he's gone.
You know what I think is like a possibility that no one's really talking about, and like people might like call me like Mad Dog Mike from like going forward, like thinking I'm just absolutely nuts.
Mad Dog Russo over here?
Yeah. But you look at it, Jordan won 3 straight championships. He stepped away from the game.
He ain't retiring.
Phil Jackson.
No shot.
Stepped away from the game.
Mike, don't do this to yourself.
I'm just saying.
Don't do this to yourself.
Look at LeBron James.
You don't believe this, do you?
I kind of
do. You don't believe this.
And this is why. This is why. Seriously.
You don't believe
This is why. You look at what Vegas is saying. Okay, they got Philly as the favorite. They got Cleveland.
I don't know about that now.
They got Exactly. We're gonna get into that. Don't you worry.
I don't know about that.
And I'm not tweeting this off a burner account. You get the Lakers and then you got the Rockets. All 4 are options potentially on the table. But what's the good option? You got Philadelphia that's got a nice little fire sale going on over the burner account.
Yeah, it should be fun.
You got Cleveland, which just proved to us that even in they made it through they made it to the finals again in a watered down conference. But what's the point of him proving again that he can play with players that are G League talent almost and get to the finals? He's done that for the last 8 to 10 years or whatever the streak is. Houston is the question mark with you have D'Antoni there. They're getting a little older. Chris Paul gets injured at the worst times. Then you got the Lakers with LeVar Ball, Lonzo Ball, like that whole mess there, and then just a group of very young guys and a young and experienced head coach. If LeBron takes a year off from basketball, he refreshes his body, he gets his legs back.
I don't think this is
all those bad contracts on the Cavs, they're all gone. They're going to be all expiring deals.
You don't believe this, Mike.
I'm not saying that's what's going to happen.
You don't believe this.
I'm just saying it's a good possibility. It's a good possibility. I wouldn't, let's put it this way, I wouldn't be shocked if all of a sudden LeBron comes out, decision, I'm out, I'm retiring.
I'm going to play professional ping pong.
He could do that, though.
He probably could. He's probably really good at ping pong. He seems like one of those guys.
And I wouldn't even, people were saying, the people are going to probably start saying, okay, well, you think he's going to go play baseball?
No.
I think, honestly,
He'd probably do well at baseball.
he might just go in ghost mode. And I'm not trying to do some hot take here. I'm not saying
You're
that's
saying
the
you
favorite.
do believe that this could happen.
I'm not saying that's the favorite decision, but I'm saying if Vegas is going to do it right, put Philly, Cleveland, Houston, Lakers, and just give me the flyer for retirement. And I'm not even
that
saying
would send people into a frenzy.
And I'm not even saying that because a sportsbook sponsors our show.
Yeah, that would be a frenzy. Sportsbook, put it on the board. My bookie, put it on there. Let's go.
I'm going to talk to my bookie after the show. And see if they
put
can
it on.
post
Put the
some
retirement on.
shows.
I just want to see everyone lose their minds.
And I want to know, and I'm gonna create a poll here in this. I'll create a poll after the show. And,
let's do it.
But
don't do this to yourself.
I'm fine. I could.
Don't do this to
But
yourself.
it's a possibility. I just wanted to put it on record that it might happen.
Don't do this to yourself.
It's a possibility.
Don't do it, Mike.
All right, I'm sorry. That was my burner account speaking for me
good
here.
Lord.
I'm back. How's it going? On that note, though, let's jump to the Philadelphia 76ers here.
Man. Last night was a wild night.
Last night was an interesting night here. What we got here?
That's the reason I love Twitter.
Yeah.
Last night was the exact reason why I love Twitter, because
I couldn't go to bed.
it was just a barrage of things. I wanted to go to bed, and I just laid in bed refreshing the timeline for 25 minutes, and I was just I couldn't miss anything.
Between you had Pusha, the funny stuff coming out about Pusha-T or about Drake.
Man.
Did you see the one? And
I can't wait to get into that.
I should have had it. Did you see the one of? We'll segue to that in a second. But did you see the one of? And Roy Williams going in the locker room.
Yeah, his son walking into school today.
Yeah.
Yo.
They were he was walking in, Drake's son walking into school after no one believed that Drake was a dad, and then they all started jumping. That I actually retweeted that on my page, so definitely check that out. But it was there were some there. That's what I love about Twitter. The memes and the stuff that people come
Drake
with.
Drake is dead. Drake is dead. There's no
coming back from him.
There's because Drake is of this school of the beef with Meek Mill was memes and playful shots and kind of just subliminal disses. Pusha is really about that life, and I really don't think Drake thought that he was. And Pusha went on the Breakfast Club this morning and basically said the second that he called out my fiance, all bets were off. And I put that on the level of hit him up. I really do, because hit him up Pac was calling out, I think it was Prodigy who had sickle cell. Damn, man. The way Pac starts out hit him up is just whew, we're in for a doozy here. And then the way the whole rollout of this for Pusha, Drake drops the diss track on Friday, the same day that Pusha drops Daytona, which is a phenomenal album that everyone should go listen to. And, like, I tweeted it earlier that day. I was like, I actually want this beef to materialize because Drake is going to come out with, like, the catchy, fun diss. And he did. Like, doing it, the Duppy freestyle over, like, the saxophones was like, all right.
I like that.
Like, Drake really emptied the clip on Pusha there. And I was like, Push it. Like, we need a response from Push. And the weekend goes by, and now we see that Pusha was just grabbing information. And to come out with the Drake with the blackface as the cover, like, that needs some answering.
There's a lot of stuff.
Then to just go in and say that he had a kid with a porn star, and the kid can't come into the country, and he doesn't care about his kid, I was like, whew. But the line that, like, the bar's about 40, just, I was like, yo. Like, Pusha really came for the jugular on this one. And I knew Push had it in him because I'm a really big Pusha fan. And it's one of those things where, like, you don't want to fight a guy like that because this is exactly what happens. And
he did his research.
And and Drake's cool with the subtle jabs, and, like, it's funny to, like back to back, like, is that your world tour, your girls tour, whatever. Those are fun, subtle jabs, but, like, Pusha came in with a machine gun, and Drake was standing there with, like, a toy water gun. And it was just, like, it's over. Like, Push, it's over. Like, you're done, Drake. Like, I don't know what he could possibly do. And Push came out, he's like, I don't have any skeletons in my closet, like, come at me. And Drake, like, you can't, and it's not in Drake's personality to put out a diss track like Push's.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, like, Drake's album comes out in, like, a month and a half. Push totally screws that up. The whole album, like, rollout just totally gets screwed up now because of Push. Push did some damage, man, and I haven't stopped listening. I've listened to that song over 100 times in the past 24 hours. Like, it's that good of a diss.
You like that better than what Rover?
Oh, 1,000%.
Yeah?
Like, this is just...
You love Rover.
I do love Rover. That's Block Boy's my man. I can't listen to the Look Alive song with Block Boy anymore because Drake's on it.
Oh.
Like, I can't do it, man. You can't come at Push like that with that weak stuff, and then, like, now it looks like weak stuff. Like, I thought it was good on Friday, but you better come correct. Like, Drake better come correct. Like, you can't post memes.
Yeah.
You can't post, like, I was talking on my podcast last night, you can't, like, take a picture of yourself in the studio with 40 with, like, the lights dimmed, and you'd be like just some weird, stupid quote that Drake would put.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do that. Like, you literally have to go for the jugular. Like, you have to go into the studio and go for the jugular. And the worst part is, I guarantee Push has more in the chamber.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like Drake has some hidden secrets that he has to come.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think you can come out with another diss track.
It's not.
But at this point, I think there's other things that need to be addressed.
He's got to take this on the chin.
I think Drake just needs to come out with a straight up statement and say, like, listen, this adult film star, porn star.
Yeah. She's the baby mama.
No, and he better hope it's not true. If he's hiding stuff like that, you can't. That's messed up.
Yeah, dude.
Like, so I think he has to come out, and if it is true, then you have to just take it and say, like, listen.
You got to take it on the
true.
chin. You have to. You can't.
Like, I don't know.
Because if he comes out with a diss track and it's worse than Duppy, like, I really think this shit is gonna go down.
I think it's back to back part 2.
Like,
he's coming,
but I don't think he can do that because Push is not Meek. Like, Meek would be playful. Like, Meek tweeted out a letter, like a single letter, and then dropped, like, the most forgettable diss track of all time against Drake. I mean, back to back won a Grammy, so, like, I don't doubt that Drake can do that stuff. But this is, like, 90s rap beef. Like, people were saying Push went below the belt. First off, it's off limits when, one, you go at a dude's family like that.
Yeah.
Like, that's just, like, off limits. Like, you can say whatever, like, the normal stuff. But, like, when you go at a dude's fiance and then say that he's unapproachable,
yeah,
you got everything that's coming towards you, my friend. Everything.
Yeah, he definitely went in on him. We'll see what happens. But jumping back to I'm glad you got that off your chest, though.
That was, I still can't get over, like, and I saw a dude on Facebook today saying, like, nah, Drake's gonna get him back. I was like, did you listen to the actual Pusha T song? Did you download a wrong version? Like, no. It's over.
I think Drake gets him back.
It's over.
It's over?
It's over. And if Drake comes back with some good stuff, Pusha has another track, I guarantee are already in the chamber.
You know what this is reminding me of, though? And it might just be over, but it's reminding me almost of the Raptors series. And I hate to bring that
Jesus.
up.
Why would you do that?
Like,
I was in my bag right now.
You know
Just
what I
talking
mean?
about
It was
Pusha
like,
and
what
Drake.
was it, game one where the Raptors looked like they were going to beat the
Yeah.
Cavs? So, like, game one,
Was
Drake
Drake, yeah.
drops Duppy, and then Pusha T and the Cavs just come back. And
Pusha is game 3, LeBron, just
Sweep
with
him.
the runner from the left side with the right hand, just demolishing the team.
Yeah, it's rough.
But yeah,
let's jump back to the burner accounts here. Do you find any truth to this? What do you think?
well, first off, the usernames are atrocious.
Yeah.
Like, was it Philly fan, like Philadelphia fan, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Like, that's atrocious.
It's just stuff that like would really make me actually believe it.
And I don't understand like why you would even need to do that as an NBA exec. Like the stuff that he put out about Okafor, like that's not cool. Like that's like messing with a dude's money, and like that's not something I can get down with.
Yeah.
And then like the other stuff, it's just like why? Like I don't even see the point of doing that.
Yeah, I think quite frankly if this is legit,
He's
true,
gone.
He has to be gone.
Yeah.
And there's nothing to back it up with because you look at who he drafted. I mean, hell, he was like.
I mean, these are Hinky's guys.
Some of them are Hinky's guys, but then he traded up for Markelle Fultz, passed on Tatum.
Not looking like a good move now.
That's a terrible move.
I thought it was a good move at the time.
Did you?
Yeah, because I like
as
Fultz.
a Duke fan.
Yeah, I was really high on Fultz because I didn't think like Tatum's body, like he's got the broad shoulder. I didn't think he was gonna be able to handle like wings.
Yeah.
But like, nah. And like watching Tatum, like you could see that like his defense wasn't that good, and like even in the summer league, like his defense was terrible. Then somehow he just became an NBA defender.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I like the trade at the time.
I think they have to do something in their power to get Hinkie back, and that's why I brought up back to the segue about the whole LeBron thing. I think Philadelphia is not an option right now because he LeBron's too old for this. He's done too much. He doesn't want to go to an organization that's not buttoned up.
Yeah.
And if you're doing burner accounts,
I mean everybody like I wouldn't put it past like a majority of the league has burner accounts. Like we saw KD, but KD's just such a clown when it comes to that kind of stuff. He's such a dweeb. But like,
I want to know if people out in the audience have burner accounts.
I personally don't. That's too much work.
It is a lot.
That's way too much work.
It is. You gotta remember like other logins and stuff.
Yeah, dude, I can't do that.
Log in,
I
log
can't even
out.
remember my own Twitter password. So like, I don't know how.
It's a good thing I have it to my phone number.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't even have that. Because why would I do that? I don't know, man. That just seems like way too much work.
Yeah.
And like you could be using your time to
maybe instead of managing all these burner accounts, he should have focused more on his job.
Yeah, on his team.
Like
a team that's in position to dominate the East for the next couple of years.
And I'm happy that this came out because it made me actually look at the Celtics rebuilding process versus the Sixers rebuilding process and how much of just an absolute joke it is.
Mm-hmm.
The Celtics, a buttoned up organization, went out, got a good head coach in Brad Stevens, and they drafted the right players to fit into his system. The Sixers had to nickname their rebuilding stage.
Yeah.
They went out and got a coach that just, in my opinion, can't get the job done. Because,
Well, I think the only reason Brown is still here is because he stuck through the whole process.
Yeah, but they're still processing or whatever they want, and they're gonna remain processing for a while until they get a head coach in there. Because Joel Embiid, I think, is obviously the second best big guy in the league, but his health is going to be a question moving forward. Like anybody that's
it's gonna be one of those things that like it's never gonna be able to just be. Like you can count on him to play.
And JJ Redick's not going to be there forever.
I don't think he's coming back next year.
So you're gonna need and that's if he even comes back.
Yeah.
You're gonna need another shooter in there, and Markelle Fultz was not the guy.
No, well, and I'm
and I was never really big on Fultz either. Like that's why I was okay with the Lakers taking Ball.
I just liked him
when they were
like with his explosiveness.
Yeah.
And his playmaking ability, but like Ben Simmons needs to get a shot because if he doesn't get a shot, he's not going to be this top talent that we all like think he's going to be. Because if you can't get a bucket in the final 2 minutes of a game, or the final 5 minutes of a game, like
exactly,
we can't put you in this pantheon of great players.
And that's why I don't mean to segue to it or bring up a random thing here, but just for the people in the Syracuse audience here, Tyus Battle, the reason he's coming back to SU, he doesn't have that jump shot.
He needs to get. He's got a hitch in his shot, which is very weird. But like the ISO stuff, that Syracuse needs to fix their offenses next year because their ISO offense clearly did not work. And I mean, it worked some games, but like when you're relying on 2 or 3 guys to just go ISO the entire time, like that's not a good recipe for success.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
no, it's not. It's not. If that Sixers burner account stuff comes out,
It was a wild night on Twitter. It was a very wild night on Twitter.
Yeah, it was. I didn't think I was going to go to bed.
No, I didn't either.
Later.
I didn't either.
And literally, you just keep swiping the refresh. You see all these gifs you never even seen before.
Yeah.
And it was just everyone had some sort of comical twist.
Twitter worked its magic. I love it.
It really did.
I love it.
I mean, moving forward here, I do want to talk about it. LaNgelo Ball made headlines on Tuesday because he was working out at Los Angeles Lakers with Lonzo Ball. I guess from what the report said, he had a decent workout. I mean, how would you handle this situation if you're a Lakers GM?
I wouldn't even.
You wouldn't entertain it?
I think you're just doing due diligence because it's Lonzo's brother.
Yeah.
I wouldn't touch him.
See, I'm okay with this. He had a good workout. I was okay with how he played in Lithuania. I didn't really mind him in high school.
I don't think he's an NBA player.
See, I'm still torn about it. I don't know if he is or isn't. I'm okay if I'm the Lakers. I continue my due diligence. I don't waste a draft pick on him. If you want to waste a second-round draft pick on him, whatever. Most of them don't even pan out. I would sign him as an undrafted rookie and just bring him into camp and see how he plays out.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
I think
that's the only way to handle it.
That's the best case scenario for him. Is he gets brought into camp, plays in the summer league, maybe does something, but other than that, I think he's playing overseas.
And I think the only reason why I'd bring him in is maybe this. I'm okay giving him a roster spot if all of a sudden we see an elite Lonzo Ball come out, just because maybe he's more comfortable because his brother. That'd be a real weird thing if that's what it took for him to be elite. But if that's what it takes for him to be elite, for me to put him on put a roster spot on, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I don't think that's it. I think I wouldn't even waste a roster spot on him, to be completely honest. You have a guy that's 30-something who just played, who's been in the G League for 10 years. That guy is leaps and bounds better than LaNgelo Ball. Give him a roster spot.
That's the thing, too. That I could go on all night about the G League and how I think that, but we'll
save that for another day. We'll save that for the summer.
We're gonna save that for another time here. I mean, let's just jump here to some of this is what I want to talk about today. Actually, we're gonna do a little segue here to some NFL news. We're gonna get some sound bites as we move forward with that, but it came out here on these rankings that we got in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
These are the, I guess, ESPN's version of the closest teams to win the Super Bowl. I mean, quick glance at it. For those people that obviously can't say it, I probably should just grab a screenshot of it.
Yeah.
My fault. But, I mean, you got the Patriots, Eagles at top. Steelers, Rams, default at 3 and 4. Vikings, Saints. Packers, Falcons. Panthers. Then the shocking part I saw here was they have the 49ers at the 10th.
Yeah, I mean, it's not those top 9 teams that you just mentioned. They're cut above. That's the top tier of teams in the NFL right now. I have no issue. The next one, they're all interchangeable.
This is what I didn't like either. Is people are gonna think I'm some crazy Browns fan.
Yeah.
But the Browns at 31.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't think Dolphins get the job. They always have problems. I don't even like you guys, and I don't even like the Jets in last.
Yeah. I mean, it's May. That's the thing. It's just OTAs are starting.
The Giants.
OTAs are starting. It's whatever. I'll get work. I won't. I'm not gonna get worked up about this. I probably won't get worked up about this, even if it comes out in September. But just
if it comes out in September, my blood's gonna be boiling.
Yeah, I don't really care.
See, I don't know why I let this stuff get to me.
I don't know either. It's May. There's other things to worry about.
I love football,
and I do too. But you gotta learn to not get wrapped up in this stuff.
We're doing the show. We're based out of upstate New York. For those of you that do not know, and the weather is terrible.
Yeah.
7 months out of the year, you'd say, right?
Now it's nice.
Now it's nice, and we get what? Probably 2 months of summer, 3 months maybe.
Yeah, I would say.
Those 2 to 3 months, this is how much I love football. Those 2 to 3 months, I would take them right off the board.
Just to go to football?
Just to go to
100%.
football.
That's why I like watching the Red Zone thing on Sundays now.
Yeah, it is a big thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Because I was like, oh, I was at that game. And it's like, oh, I remember that game. And it's just like, oh.
I wish I could play like fantasy football. I
Yeah,
love
dude.
fantasy
Like, there's
football.
got to be. I've been playing so much Madden lately just because I just need that itch. It's like a drug.
Yeah. The fact of like owning your own team, it's just
Yeah. Nah, it's fun. Like, I just
Really does
I need it.
open
I
the
have an
doors.
itch for football. It's awful.
But yeah, I want to go back over just real quick here some NFL news and notes. Just running down real quick. Allen Robinson returns to practice for the first time since his torn ACL. How do you think A-Rob's going to do this year in Chicago?
I mean, they set him up nice. They got Trey Burton. I think Nagy coming in and being the guy, I think that bodes well for Trubisky this year.
Yeah. And then just some other stuff here. They asked the question, is Doug Martin ready to push out Marshawn Lynch?
That's an awful question.
I think that's just a dumpster fire waiting to happen. And
Good Lord.
how about you take a flyer on like
A young guy?
yeah, because both those guys
Yeah.
together, I don't know if they can really give you 20
No.
carries a game. So Odell Beckham pretty close to returning. Christian McCaffrey though says he added 5 pounds. He needs like 15 more. So I say no to that. This was the funny one here. Charles Clay changed his diet this offseason. Mr. Charles,
What do you change it to?
I don't really care about your diet.
No.
Actually.
I mean, it's that time of year where it's like I'm in
Yeah.
the best shape of my life, and it's like every professional athlete says that coming into OTAs.
What if he's on Brady's diet, the TB12? That'd be interesting playing in the same division.
Have you ever read the book?
I did not, but I heard some stuff. Did you read it?
I have it, and it's like some weird stuff in there. Like I was like,
All right, do a little spoiler real quick.
Like just the
what's-
diets and
he just
stuff, like
eats
the
some weird
food,
stuff?
like yeah, like the
No red meat.
no, like
He doesn't look like a guy that eats red meat. you know?
No,
He
but
doesn't.
like the workouts, it's all like bands and stuff, and it's just like
He probably doesn't even own a grill.
nah, probably not.
Yeah,
I don't believe. No.
this is ridiculous.
It's just weird.
And yeah, on that note, I mean, now we just got on Tom Brady's diet. I've lost my appetite. Toodaloo, folks. Until next time, this is another edition of DYST Live.
What a sign off.
Yeah.
I love that.
We'll
you
see
need to
you
make
later.
that. You need to make that a weekly thing.
Just find like something that I just don't like,
Yeah,
or
just-
just end it with Tom Brady.
Be like, yeah, dude, just like Ronberg, and you just like say different things every single time.
Yeah, keep it fresh, mix it up.
Yeah. Peace out.
Salute.